did it start? Bronx, New York, outside in the park. Who created it? Black people, fool. But that doesn't mean you can't break dance too.
We been HIP, booming in the park when we hopped on the beat. Everybody wants to know who created hip hop.
Yeah, who created it?
Black people from the Bronx.
But since you want to talk about who created, what about the Puerto Ricans?
Now FBA.
Big U, the man that helped launch the career of Nipsey Hussle, has been named in a federal RICO indictment, saying that he is the leader of a Crips organization, the Rollin 60s. Now, I'm going to play a video of them looking for him, the police, apparently around his crib. And then I'm going to give you the full backstory. They're calling this man the Godfather. They're accusing him of murder, kidnapping, robbery, extortion, fraud, and more. But let's watch this quick video, then I'll be back with everything. Hit the thumbs up button. Let's get to it.
Yeah.
Let me talk a little bit about Mr. Henley and the street gang here. As I said, Mr. Henley is a widely known leader within the Rollin 60s. He rose to prominence in that gang decades ago, and he has since been a fixture on the internet, talk shows, and podcasts, all things that law enforcement have looked at closely as part of this investigation. He has maintained the image of an entertainment industry entrepreneur running a music label, and of somebody who gives back to the community here in Los Angeles, funding a South LA-based charity, developing options, which purports to help at youth risk escape gang life and escape the perils of gangs in high crime areas. The facts alleged in the complaint paint a very different picture. It is one of a murderer, a thief, a liar, and a cheat, and the criminals that enabled him. For example, Mr. Henley engaged in a murder of a musician signed to his label in 2021 and dumped the victim's body in Las Vegas off of the I-15 freeway. He then attempted to evade and obstruct the investigation into the murder, including ordering witnesses not to speak with law enforcement. Henley's criminal enterprise also engaged in other crimes, including transporting prostitutes across state lines, extorting strip clubs, marijuana dispensaries, and other businesses, and fraudulently applying for COVID loans in the form of a business relief loan. On that application, Mr. Henley falsely stated that his music label, Unique Music, operated at a $200,000 profit in 2019 and was entitled to government assistance, despite the reality that the company had operated at a loss and was ineligible for such relief. Finally, Mr. Henley is accused of embezzling donations made by celebrities, professional athletes, and businesses to his charity, Developing Options, which, as I said, purports to give South LA at-risk youth alternatives to gang violence, drugs, and other criminal activity. Henley used this charity as a front. He used it to conceal his fraudulent activities, his criminal enterprises activities, and evade detection from law enforcement. If convicted on the racketeering conspiracy, he and his co-conspirators face approximately a 20-year federal prison sentence.
Now, some other people that are named, they're not, in trouble, but he supposedly got money from Draymond Green, Shaquille O'Neal, got some money from him for a charity and actually put the money, they say, in his personal bank account. So they're pretty much accusing this dude of being a stone cold fraud. And you will see him with the kids at youth football games doing a lot of stuff in the community, doing a lot of charity stuff and whatnot. And we all kind of thought that he was out of that life. But the feds are painting a different picture. Now, Big U is not the only one that's going down. There's a whole laundry list of people. A guy named Brick Baby, who's been doing a lot of podcasts. Luke Cannon, Ronnie Mack. Just a guy named Bear Claw, a guy named Blueface, not that Blueface. JJ, and some other guys. It's almost like, I think, almost 15 guys that are going down, and the feds are dubbing this Operation Drawdown. Now, I know the first thing people are going to start talking about, they're going to start talking about Nipsey Hussle. Did he do Nipsey? And what happened with Nipsey? I'm not even gonna. They haven't mentioned that, and I'm not sure how far back they've been watching him. They had to at least been watching him from 2021, right? At least watching him, and that's what they do. You remember the feds? They're watching you for a long time. They're watching you before you might even get into some crime, like just to see if you're gonna jump into anything and do anything off the cuff. They're sitting back watching your lives. They're watching, your movements. They're watching who you dealing with, and they letting things develop. They let things happen. Okay, you did this, check. He did this, check. He did this, check. All while building an airtight case to make you take a plea and make people start snitching. Now, I guarantee you, out of those damn near 15 guys, somebody's going to cooperate. Somebody is going to tell. Now, I'll be honest with you. When we had Big U on, not that you could tell to anybody, but I kind of thought that he was a man that moved on from that life. He has a real humble demeanor, very soft-spoken, very intelligent brother. But as we know, the monsters, soft-spoken. They don't talk about this. They don't talk about that. And the other part of this is like, I'm not saying he's a monster, right? You got to understand, and this is no excuse, where these guys come from, what element these guys come from, right? Is killer be killed, dog eat dog, right? And again, this is not no justification of it, because there was a point in time where Big U was pretty huge in hip hop. I mean, he had I think World Star gave him a show, and things like he had a podcast. He was interviewing everywhere. People wanted to talk to him. Hell, we even interviewed Big U, maybe like probably 3 years ago right now. So it ain't looking good. I mean, it's never good when the feds, get. But we knew this already. We knew that Big U was this type of guy, right? We knew he was the boogeyman. We knew it, but we didn't know it to what extent. Maybe y'all in L.A. probably knew. I'm not sure. I only been to L.A. one time. I was like in 2019, 2018, right after Nipsey died. That was it. So I don't know the politics. I don't know what's going on over there like that. But it's a wild situation right now, man. A wild situation. They've been watching this guy for years. They've been plotting and they've been planning. They're accusing him of murder, kidnapping, robbery, extortion, and a whole litany of other things, man. 107-page federal complaint has been unveiled. You can read it all and go through it. I ain't got the time to read it all and whatnot. But they're also calling it, right, a mafia-like organization that relied on the structure and long-standing association with the Rollin 60s and other street gangs to intimidate businesses and individuals. What? I'm not surprised. Let me just say this. I'm really not surprised. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section, about this video. LA, I know you out there. I know you watching. I know people are going to start bringing Nipsey's name up and whatnot. And, that'll be a whole another twist and turn to the whole situation. But we shall see. We shall see. Well, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Once again, it's your brother, Oh God. And click the top line of the description box. I forgot to say this at the beginning. To check my man's music out. The intro music. Let him know hip-hop news, Uncensored, Oh God sent you over there. The top line of the description box. Peace.